Ron, what was the biggest problem that you had to overcome when you were implementing BOSSDesk?
This will sound like a sales pitch, but I think the biggest problem we had to overcome was slowing down the organization. Multiple departments kind of raised their hands. So when we started with BOSSDesk, the idea was always to integrate it into the entire organization. But we took the approach that we partnered with each department to kind of to show them the capabilities of the system. We asked them what their what their pain points were and what they would what they would like to see in the system. And very quickly, with the help of your team, we were able to build out and answer some of those and build out use cases. So unfortunately, our biggest problem was slowing down the organization and only rolling out one department at a time. And we did that intentionally because we wanted to make sure that when we rolled it out, they understood how to use the system, how to support, how to respond in a timely manner. And we just wanted to make sure that that every department gave the exact same experience to the people we serve.
How does the BOSSDesk system track time spent on a particular ticket?
So I can probably answer that one. So the system can track time spent on a particular ticket because we allow the logging of timesheets. So you can your technicians would fill out those timesheets, and you do have the option to make it so that they can't close tickets until they filled out their timesheets. And those timesheets can be logged to either the main ticket as a whole, or you can log time to an individual subtask if you have a larger ticket like an onboarding task that has multiple subtasks. You can then log a timesheet to a specific subtask rather than the whole ticket. So that's how and then we can run reports later on how much time was spent by technician, by category, and so on.
How long did it take you to implement BOSSDesk?
I would say it took several months to implement everything, and it was only because we're very intentional about the process. And you guys were great. You were ready to go. But we just wanted to make sure that each department understood the system inside and out before we moved on to the next one. So IT was the main driver with the support of BOSSDesk in rolling it out to each department. And we followed a process where we went through a discovery process with each department, understand what's their current workflows, what they would like to see differently, what are their pain points, what are their, what questions do they receive, and how can we provide support, and how could they provide support to the organization. So long answer to say that it took several months, but for you, I'd say it would vary, but you can move as quickly or as slowly as you want. The team is awesome with supporting you as you roll out the system.
Ron, how did management react to the changes that were implemented?
Good question. So management was on board. We didn't, when I started, everything hit our inbox. And, I spent some time meeting with the exec team to just share and explain the value of pulling questions, concerns out of the inbox and putting them into a centralized location,
Right.
where we could support the team in clearing up roadblocks. If there's a question or concern that they needed our support, we had visibility into that question so we could clear up those roadblocks, as well as the reporting and analytics. So we personally, I leveraged the amount of tickets that we received to convince the rest of the exec team to approve additional positions for IT, simply because we had the data to support it. We have X amount of tickets coming in. We, if we use the scenario, if 20% of the team was addressing issues, then we would have X amount of individuals that weren't receiving the support they needed. And it was really helpful to have the data to back the request. So to answer your question, I think once once I explained the use case and provided them with a few examples, they were on board and they were excited about the visibility, the tracking, and the analytics that BOSSDesk provides.